Celebrating 10 years of award-winning car talk, it's the In Wheel Time Car Show. Coming up, Jeff reviews our pre-owned car of the week, the Ford F450 Super Duty Big-A-Boy. Conrad will have his car clinic, and we'll have the stories making automotive news headlines this week, along with a couple of guests. That and more just ahead on today's live In Wheel Time Car Show for Saturday, May 8th, 2021. Howdy.
Hi.
Hello. Along with Mike, out of this world Mars, and King Conrad DeLong, along with Jeffrey in the corner Dziekan.
Yep.
I'm Don Armstrong. Glad that you could make it with us today. Thank you so much. Let me turn Mike's mic back on. He was over there fumbling around.
Mike.
I was fumbling.
Mike.
Fumbled on the 1 yard line.
Mike. What a great commercial that was.
That was a great commercial.
Yes, it was. All right, we're going to kind of shift gears and get into some stuff that I always love to talk about, and that is cool garages. I've always tried to fix up my garage. You know, give it a coat of paint, for God's sakes. I don't want to see the old the spackling compound still there from 30 years ago when they built the darn thing.
We used to have a segment.
We did.
Well, this is a connection I have made through a friend of mine, Manfred Piazza, introduced me to Shawn.
Is it Piazza?
Piazza, and he introduced me to Shawn, and I went out a couple of weeks ago to visit their facility, and it's called Garages of Texas, but for me, they should call it Man Cave Dominium.
Man Cave Dominium. What a great name. Maybe we should talk to him about
that's trademarked, so if you guys want to use that.
How do you spell it?
So Shawn Richard is with us now, and he is from Garages of Texas. Shawn, you got somebody there with you?
I do. I have Jack Griffin. I'm sure you guys know the name.
Jack Griffin, it's good to see you, sir. Thank you for joining us as well on this Saturday morning. We appreciate it. I know you guys didn't have anything else to do.
Good morning. Good morning. Glad to be on your show.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate that. So we want to know, first of all, what is Garages of Texas?
Well, Garages of Texas is sort of the evolution of the car hobby. You know, we all are gearheads, and up until a few years ago, we didn't really have a place to do our hobby effectively. You know, boaters had boat marinas, airplanes had fly-in airports and that sort of thing. Golfers have country clubs, but the car hobby guys didn't have a place to do their hobby. So we created something for the underserved gearhead market, and so we're building garage condominiums for people that don't have a room at home, which is most people, to do their hobby. And it's like a boat marina for car guys. And we've got our first locations were in the Dallas area. We have 6 locations in Dallas. They're almost all sold out. But it's a place where you can have your cars. You can create your sort of man cave and hang out there. You can office there. And really enjoy the company of your gearhead friends.
So you can get away from the house, the wife, the kids, and any other distractions that you may have.
Or bring them with you. You wait till you see some of these
What
places.
would be the point? I mean,
Exactly. No, we're all into what you're talking about. Do you have lifts in these garages?
Well, what we do is we deliver the garage ready to be customized. So a lot of people add lifts. A lot of people have bathrooms, showers, wet bars, even washers and dryers. So they can outfit the garage any way they like. But we deliver the garages in shell form, and they do the finishing. It's like an unfinished painting.
So when you're told to go sleep on the couch, you can go to your man cave and go sleep on the couch and have everything you want there.
So do you build this from the ground up with a foundation? And I mean, this is this a building that you build for the customer?
Absolutely. Each project has between 70 and to 100 garages, and it's like owning your own building connected to someone else's building right next door. So it's a condominium ownership. And you share in the common area maintenance, which is very minor, and it's your opportunity to have your dream garage, basically.
So in other words, if I really wanted to show off, I've gone over there and I've seen, 7 other garages built over there, and I can steal all of the best ideas from my 7 compadres in the thing.
Why not?
And kind of make it all of mine, but stealing all the best ideas.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, as a matter of fact, I'm glad you mentioned that because, you know, we effectively show off our cars and our garages.
Yeah.
We don't call it showing off. We call it sharing. Sharing is a little softer way to address it, you know, but it's effectively showing off. Yes.
Showing off and stealing.
Yeah, stealing.
Well, but the thing Shawn was showing me when we were there is, you know, you have for lack of a better phrase, a garage, a cubicle that has a ground floor, and each of them also have an upper floor.
The loft?
A loft area.
A mezzanine.
And within that, you can get
mezzanine.
1 garage door, 2 garage doors, 3 garage doors, whatever blend of size you want, because it's not modular, but it's kind of modular in availability. So the guy that has a 15-car collection, you guys can provide that kind of secure space for him, or the guy that's got a 3-car collection, you can provide that kind of secure space for him as well.
That's absolutely true. Now, I'm a car collector myself. I've done virtually everything in the car world: racing, contouring, collecting, and so forth. I actually have 3 garages. And so generally, you know, there are a lot of people that have 2 garages, 3 garages, even some people that have 4 garages, and they vary in size, you know, in width and depth and so forth, and the size of the doors. So they're all a little bit different. So we have 6 projects in the Dallas area, but we're really excited about the Houston market, and we're getting ready to open garages there. Shawn can fill you in on those projects in Houston, but that's a real exciting evolution for us going out of town.
So I've got a question. I'm having trouble understanding this. These are independent single stage garages, or are they multiple? For instance, if Don wanted a garage and Mike wanted one and I wanted one, are these 3 connected somehow, or are they all independent?
Well, they're connected via a common wall.
Okay.
But you could actually put an opening between the walls.
Okay.
Or you could eliminate the wall and make one big garage
with 3 ownerships, different garages, but all combined as a common area
with a shared roof.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Common area.
Exactly.
Okay. I've got the concept now.
It's kind of like a car condo.
Oh,
Yeah,
it is a car condo.
So you got a community of car condos there that
of like-minded people that all have
a
cool
commune,
cars.
a cult.
Do you
it
have
doesn't say a commune. Yeah.
Do you
I
have
like to go to
do you
cult.
have police directing traffic there on Saturdays and Sundays?
And that's the question:
It's basically more people looking for your 10 millimeter.
Is this does the public know where these are at, or are these things kept kind of private and confidential?
They're in great locations where you would not mind, you know, being here for a lot of hours, you know, but at the same time, oftentimes, you know, they're not like at the corner of Main and Main.
Yeah.
So there is some seclusion to some degree, but they're also, very importantly, behind security gates, so that the public can't necessarily come in.
I got you.
You have to be invited in.
Yeah,
By somebody,
the one I visited with Shawn and Katie, which is just slightly west of the mall.
Oh, there you go, giving it away.
Right off I-10. Well, I'm not going to give it that much away. But it's relatively inconspicuous, its location. You know, you really don't recognize what's there unless you know what you're looking for.
Understood.
Well, also, the great thing about that is the security cameras. So if you're an owner, you've got 24 access on your phone to all the cameras. So that's just an added convenience, because we all know, if you can look behind me.
Yeah, let's look around there a little bit.
Absolutely. Let's do this. I'll go ahead and pull this off real quick, and we'll show you, since we're all car guys. There's
somebody's in the,
Yeah, I'm a bit of a Porsche guy.
No.
So, did you drive Porsches at Le Mans? Is that the backstory to this?
What? I'm sorry?
When you drove the 24 hours of Le Mans, were you driving a Porsche?
Well, actually not. I drove on a French team, and I drove a French prototype called a Rondeau with a Ford Cosworth motor.
Okay.
But I did most of the racing. I did the Daytona 24-hour twice in Porsches. So mostly I drove Porsches. But I still have the first one that I bought 45 years ago, and it's sitting here in my garage along with some other models.
All your friends drive Porsches. Sounds like a song.
Well, why
it?
don't you give us a little tour of the cars that you got over there?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so the first one is a GT3 Touring that I've had for 3 years. It's my most recent. So I have everything from the GT3 to a 997, a 996 Turbo, an 1985 Coupe. I even have a 1955 356 that I've owned since 1994.
Wow.
So I've been into Porsches for a long time.
I'll follow you, Jack.
Yeah. So this is the GT3. This is the 997. This is the 996 Turbo. And I even have a little Mazda Miata, which, we have an international incident here, Germany and Japan.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Well, we
love all kinds of cars.
Yeah, we've got some friends down here that president of the SCCA, who's quite the Mazda fan, Mazda Miata
Yes.
MX-5 fan. But I also see, is that a 914 back there?
That is the 914-6.
Oh, wow.
And I've owned that for 45 years. It's been modified. It has a different motor in it. Back when I was racing, I put a bigger motor in it, so it's fun to drive. I don't drive it very much, but since in 45 years I've driven it, some.
Now I noticed your garage, or I haven't seen any lifts yet, but I know some of the other garages have got lifts and cars kind of stacked in there as well, kind of like cordwood almost.
Yes, I'm actually in the process now of doing my interior finish out. I have upstairs. I have a bar. I'll have a big TV sitting area, viewing area. So I'll have 3,000 square feet of floor space and 1,200 square feet a mezzanine area up above.
So you're going to have the bar upstairs. Are you going to put in an elevator? Because I'd sure hate to fall down all those stairs trying to get down to the downstairs.
Well, believe it or not, there are several people that have actually installed elevators.
Nice.
And so, once you own it, you're free to do virtually anything inside you want.
Now, Jack,
which is really fun.
Jack, with your collection, or do you buy, sell, trade? Have you been to any of the auctions locally here in Houston, like the ones we just had with Meekum? Have you attended those? Do you get your collection from those places?
I've attended many auctions, but mine mostly. I do too much acquiring and not enough selling, unfortunately. but now that I have garage space, it's fine. But I don't do very much selling. But I do love to attend the auction, both in person or on TV. I've been to most of the big auctions around the country, several times.
And your next piece to your collection, your Porsche collection, what do you want to fill the gaps?
I tell you, I would not mind a GT4. I've never owned a Cayman, and I think that would be really a fun, just run around town as if I need another car to run around town.
Yeah.
But I, when you get to a certain point in life, it's time to blow it out. Okay. And so I think a GT4 is in my future.
And I assume that you have driven one?
I have not driven a GT4. I need to do that.
Okay. And so what you said that you have plans for the bar upstairs, and so I'm sorry, we've got another conversation going on in here in the studio that it's like we're not on the air, so my apologies for that. But at any rate, you go ahead.
Well, Shawn had shared with us some other finished units. He shared some pictures with that, and we might take a peek at some of those. I don't know if you guys can probably see this. This is kind of how inconspicuous the building complex is. You really don't know what it is coming in, and then that's kind of an unfinished build out right there. And that's kind of a smaller units. And, when you talk about what are you sharing, that's what you're sharing right there, Jeff, and another unfinished.
So it's kind of like where they're at right now. You can kind of see the upper level there.
And then here's some of the build-out advances as they wall everything in, sheetrock everything in. and then you'll see it'll transfer to, this is one of those spiral staircase, all the beautiful woodwork, stacking your Porsches in there with a nice lift. Again, another spiral staircase and all of the gorgeous work. Now, I guess this is Jack's garage.
Yeah, that's where they're at now.
Yeah. People decorate them like unbelievably well. And I even had a wrap company do a large, almost like a billboard type wrap depicting the car that I drove at Le Mans in 1985. And it's almost like a billboard thing to hang on the wall. It's 20 feet long and 8 feet high.
Like a big mural.
Actually, you want to show them? You'd like to see it?
Oh, yeah.
You'll have to go back.
Yeah,
to
hold on just a second. I've got to roll this, and we're going to come up here. Give me just a moment.
while we're getting our video in order here, Jack, let me ask you: are all of these priced the same? Like, for instance, a one-car garage, are they all priced the same in the different markets, or does it basically go by what you paid for the land and roll in the construction cost, that sort of thing?
Yeah, it's that. It varies to some degree, because each project is different in terms of the cost and the local market situation and so forth. And so they're generally in the same ballpark, but each specific project, is different to some degree.
Right. And what is the ballpark, if you don't mind me asking? I mean, that seems to be a pretty common question that most people would have.
Well, it depends so much on the size and the market and so forth. It's hard to generalize exactly, the pricing and so forth, but it's very affordable. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
But what we love to do is give a tour to show you what you're getting.
Well, where's my invitation is the question.
You can have an open invitation, and you can follow us on social media. Just hit me up there if you want to look at any of our facilities, Katy or Woodlands, and we'll set up a tour and walk you through it.
We're only available 24/7. That's the only thing.
That's the only restriction. Yeah. Well, let's look at your picture back there. We're back live back to you
your mural.
Yeah.
Is that gorgeous or what? So that's
So that is 20 feet by 8 feet high, and people do all kinds of decorating. Things that their wife probably would not want would be appropriate for their home is totally appropriate here. A lot of guys have urinals because their wife won't let them at home, and so it's like anything goes here.
It's a man space.
How often? I mean, do you have a manager on the property as a rule, or no?
We do have a property manager. He's not on site though, but there's really not much reason to have a manager per se. Occasionally, things need to be taken care of and so forth, but it's a very low maintenance situation.
Well, look, I'm looking for a place to live. That's what I'm really getting at here.
Well, you can certainly take very long naps here. It's no problem at all.
Yeah.
So are you located at the Woodlands facility, or are you in Katy with your collection?
No, this is Dallas.
Oh, this is Dallas.
Actually, this is in Carrolton.
Oh,
This is
okay.
our Carrolton facility.
But
Now,
we are in Katy and soon to be in Woodlands.
Now, are these spaces, are they air conditioned and heated?
Absolutely. Air conditioned, heated. We have stub outs for plumbing where you can virtually do any kind of thing that requires plumbing, bathrooms, showers, washers, dryers, wet bars,
Hot
the whole
tubs.
thing. And very tall ceilings, like 22-foot tall ceiling.
So you can put a lift in almost any of these.
Or mirrors.
Oh, absolutely.
There's plenty of room for lifts.
Now, the other thing that doesn't ever get mentioned, if you come out and look at our site and actually drive your car, some of our cars are pretty low. You won't find any of the dips that you would find for drainage and everything here. And Conrad was there, and he noticed it.
Yeah, I noticed it immediately.
Yeah. You just don't have to worry about skid plates or things like that. And that's because it's built by gearheads for gearheads.
There's no step up into the concrete. There's no sharp angles.
Speed bumps.
And the other thing, and Shawn and I had talked about it just because of my experience with Harvey, they had done they'd looked at flood maps and history of flooding in areas, and where necessary, they'd kind of elevated the property a little bit.
How many units total are you going to be building in both Katy and up in the Woodlands?
So we'll have 76 units in Katy and roughly about that in the Woodlands.
Wow.
The nice thing in the Woodlands is that's going to be a sister property of our Frisco property. So you'll actually have balconies on the in units, which those always sell out really fast. And obviously we're going to have, we have a car show at Katy the fourth Saturday of every month. And this month we're featuring Mr_993. And he's got a pretty amazing collection of cars.
And so the car guys, especially the ones that are there, are all invited and bring out their cars as well for the car show.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. And, let's talk about cars. Bring out and let's talk. We're all gearheads. That's what we love. That's what brought us together.
So I could bring the 20-year-old Corvette out there and I wouldn't feel out of place?
Oh, not at all.
You're never going to feel out of place.
We would love it.
Well, Don will feel out of place because he'll probably show up in his red pumps. But
there is that factor.
And what's the website again?
So it's going to be garagesoftexas.com.
Garagesoftexas.com. Facebook as well?
Facebook as well. I have a Facebook for Katy. I have one for Woodlands. And then we're also on Instagram.
Wow. Well, I'm excited. I'm not even there. I don't own one of the places, but I want to come out there. I want to come out there and look and drool. Now, do you have anybody that lives full time on the property? Because I have a friend of mine that owns an airplane hangar. No, hold on. He owns an airplane hangar. He's built actually an apartment in the back of the hangar. He's got all of his toys up front and an airplane hanging from the ceiling. I mean, I'm not suggesting something like that, but I see that you've got, a balcony up there. That would be nice for a little one-bedroom apartment. Is that possible?
Well, we have we don't have anyone living full time, but for all of the time that I spend up here and I take a lot of long naps, you would think that I live here. However, I live 2 miles away, actually. But I'm up here every day. I'm up here 7 days a week.
See, I might have just stumbled upon something I can get involved in here because, I'm a garage guy.
Build it out.
And so I could build it out. I could build me a little tiny one-bedroom apartment upstairs. I mean, what do I need? I need a cook stove.
What you need is room for the studio.
What
I
need is you not telling me what I need is what I don't need. That's the way that works.
Yeah, if he wants somebody to tell him what he needs, he'll get married for a fourth time.
You could build it out. Live on property, and be the security for the property.
I could do all those things. Yep. So I may have stumbled across something here that we may be able to do something on. I'm just saying.
You need to come out for a tour.
Yeah, I do. And it's going to happen real soon. And so we're strapped for the next 3 weekends because we've got remotes that we're going to be doing. But I'm just saying that, there's a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. Yes, we're saying there's a chance. Well, gentlemen,
your car event,
do what?
You guys out right after.
He's about coming out after Tailpipes and Tacos.
Yeah.
Well, now that would.
Well, no, you said the fourth Saturday, right?
No, but we
there's
don't
no
have
show.
We don't have to go for the car show. We can just go out there.
Yeah. Well, we're going to be out that way.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
We ought to get them to come out to Tailpipes and Tacos.
We'll have to talk.
Yeah, so come out to Tailpipes and Tacos at the Loopy Tortilla. It's on 99 in Kingsland Boulevard. Come on out there.
Bring a Porsche.
And then you can, bring one of your Porsches, and then you could come out to the new location out there in Katy, and we could have a party, and we could talk.
There's generally about 100 vehicles out there. We could all caravan.
We could caravan out there. There you go. You got all your car guys right there.
And that would be a good selling point to show them all. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's a marriage made in heaven as well.
Open house.
Well, Jack and Shawn, it's great to talk to you guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. We look forward to it. Garagesoftexas.com. We hope to see you guys next Sunday,
week.
next Saturday.
And I've got your Katy and Woodlands location Facebook page posted, and I'll work on getting some of your Dallas stuff.
One thing, too, at our Garages and Gearheads, we'll have Angelica with Haggerty.
Oh, yeah.
We know Angelica very well.
Yeah.
All right.
Dziekan, the greatest thing is I think she's going to be signing autographs.
No doubt.
I do that as well.
She is a rock star. Thanks again, gentlemen. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks.
Time now for our pre-owned car of the week. And Mr. Jeffrey Dziekan is going to actually be doing his 2019 Ford F450 Super Duty review. And we just need to swap some computers there. And Jeff is, he is the man.
Swapping.
Yeah, well, cars.
Just doing the swapping.
What, were you going to say something, Conrad?
No,
Well, why
anything
not?
I'd say it just come out wrong.
It usually does.
It would.
So, Jeffrey, it's all yours, sir.
Okay, well, thank you. This is I'm going to need like 20 minutes on this.
No,
Since
you're
Conrad
not.
got extra time.
No,
I need
you
extra time.
get 4.
Conrad
Okay.
used all your time.
I know.
Well,
2000.
thanks, Jeff. We appreciate it.
The end. 2019 Ford F450 Super Duty. This is a big truck. I like this truck. The trims available in this vehicle are the Lariat, the Platinum, the Limited, and the Super Duty. The picture there you see is a Super Duty. It's considered a dually. You have between 3 and 5 passengers for this vehicle. Some of the outside changes, and mainly there's not a whole bunch, but there's more added stuff as accessories. Camper package, bed mat, locking bed cleats, which is very popular. Fifth wheel hitch package, stowable ramps, which I did not know you had that available as an option. Stowable ramps would be cool. Gooseneck kit, a 6-inch angled molded running boards. You can get that. You can't get the electric fold-up ones because it is a very large vehicle. You probably could, but that would be an aftermarket situation. So far as the interior highlights, you've got 4-way manual driver and passenger seats. Now, depending on your option, you can get electric. You can get it through the Platinum series as well. 40-20-40 split seat with optional seat warmers, which are great. I have those in my vehicle. So far as the Sync 3 Ford's Pass Connect Sirius Radio XM, which is very cool. Rapid heat supplemental cab heater. I don't know what that is. I tried researching it, and I think it's just an extra heater. Just saying. Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, just an extra heater. 110-volt, 400-watt outlet for the bed and inside of the vehicle. You've got heated mirrors, rear view camera, which all these vehicles have. The same options that you see today on some of the vehicles, you have that back then as well. And it's not really that old of a vehicle, 2019. V8, 6.7-liter, turbo diesel, 32-valve, overhead valve, direct injection motor.
It's a beast.
It's a beast. It's a great, it's 450 horsepower at 2,800 RPMs.
Good Lord.
And you got 935 bad to the bone torque at 1,800 RPM. It's a puller. 6-speed shiftable transmission. Tow rating is 21,000 pounds. Gross weight is 14,000 and a payload of 5,310. It's a 29-gallon diesel fuel tank. So far as the ride and handling, vented front and rear wheel disc brakes, 4-wheel ABS, 19.5-inch wheels, which are very cool. You can get it in the steel wheel or the Alcoa rims. Alcoas are very nice. They're very popular back when I was doing it. 225/70R G-rated all-season tires. Stabilizer bar traction control. Pricing on this vehicle is from $43,000 to $99,000, depending on, of course, mileage, condition, and all that good stuff. 3-year 36, 5-year 50 on drivetrain, and 5-year 60 on roadside assistance. This vehicle has the best tow rating overall on the Dodge vehicle and the GM vehicles. Best tow rating on the dualies. 7 exterior colors and 4 interior colors for this monster. And I like it. It's a pretty nice vehicle.
It's hard to drive around a parking lot, though. That
You know
is
what?
long.
It's okay. Park far and walk.
The In Wheel Time Car Show
The
streams on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com, as well as Twitch. Podcasts available on your favorite podcast site. The In Wheel Time Car Show continues right after this quick break.
You own a newer car or want to keep your older one humming along for a while longer? Think of Bayway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Bayway Chevy, and Bayway Lincoln to keep things in tip-top shape. From oil changes to major repairs, you can depend on the highly skilled service pros at Bayway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Bayway Chevrolet, and Bayway Lincoln to perform fast, efficient service to keep your investment running strong. For all your service needs, remember Bayway. Schedule your next appointment online anytime. Bayway, keeping it original. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's premier cruise-in, and you're invited to join in. Whether you're a cruiser or spectator, Tailpipes and Tacos is the place to enjoy made-to-order breakfast tacos, fresh coffee, and mingle with Houston's fun car people. Mark your calendar for Saturday, May 15th for Tailpipes and Tacos at the Lupi Tortilla Mexican Restaurant in Katy, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Tailpipes and Tacos is free and everyone's invited. You'll see collector cars, hot rods, customs, magnificent originals, and resto mods all at one location. Cars from all over Southeast Texas cruise in and show off in a friends and family event at the Lupi Tortilla Mexican Restaurant on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10 in Katy. Drag racer, car enthusiast, and Lupi founder Stan Holt brings you Houston's hottest cruise in, Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, May 15th, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. at Lupi's in Katy. The In Wheel Time Car Show will be there too. Get your ride ready, and we'll see you at the Tailpipes and Tacos Saturday morning cruise in, May 15th, 8 to 11 a.m. at Lupi's in Katy, weather permitting.
NHRA Camping World Drag Racing. It's an 11,000 horsepower Nitro Rodeo coming to Houston Raceway Park in Baytown. Catch all the Nitro and Pro stock action at the Mopar Express Lane NHRA Spring Nationals presented by Pennzoil, May 21st through 23rd. Matt Hagan, Leah Pruitt, Erica Enders, 3-time world champ Steve Thorns, and 16-time himself John Force. Kids 12 and under are free in general admission. Get tickets at HoustonRaceway.com. Houston's got horsepower.
Don't miss the first ever Houston Summer Auto Show, May 19th through the 23rd at NRG Center. A limited edition collection of your favorite brands and models, including the new Ford Bronco and Jeep Grand Wagoneer. Tickets online only at HoustonAutoShow.com.